Mr. Paton, large banks, for the most part, have paid back the government TARP money. What would you do to ensure these funds are used to reduce the debt as we, the taxpayers, were originally given assurance on?
Well, the only way you can do that is with a solid Republican majority in the U.S. Congress. I can tell you that right now. We need to band together as Republicans to force, and let's not forget, the fact is what got us into this mess was our own president, our own Republican president. We need to remember that. We lost our way, and the public changed the direction this country was going in, except they didn't change their faith in the basic conservative values in this country. The Republican Party lost that basic faith. We need to bring that back again. The only way that we can change these kinds of policies that got us into this mess in the first place is remember what this party stood for in the first place: liberty and personal responsibility. I don't understand where liberty and personal responsibility went into that TARP plan. I really don't. Somehow we've given up on the free market and we decided that we're going to manage that market. I had the opportunity to study overseas in the former Soviet Union. I know what it looks like to see people who live in a world of a managed economy. I watched the Berlin Wall fall in 1989 and 1990, and I saw people coming over looking for freedom for the first time. They were looking for that freedom because there wasn't any opportunity in their own country because it was managed by the government. We don't want to have that kind of economy in this country, and that is where we're leaning to when we tell the banks, you're too big to fail. We didn't tell that to the individuals who have been suffering in this economy. Apparently, they're too small to fail. I don't think they need a hand up. I don't think they need a handout. And I don't think that we need to be in the business of buying or taking over auto companies. I don't think we should be in the business of propping up banks. I don't think we should be in the business of that at all. Thank you.
Next question, Roxanne, for Andy Goss.
Thank you. We're going on to now the topic of political strategy, Andy. The question is, conservatives must present a clear alternative to the liberal agenda. In 2 minutes, explain what clear alternative you represent when compared with Gabrelle Giffords.
Gosh, I hope it's obvious by
Great
now.
question.
I can go more than 2 minutes without discussing solar energy. Look, I've never run for dog catcher before. I've never, ever held public office, never had a desire to, until I was in Iraq and I saw this crazy radical get elected as president, whose values and whose ideas are contrary to the values and ideas of the United States and of Americans. America became America because of Americans, not because of Saul Alinsky or those crazy people that he associates himself with. America became America because we understand what hard work is. We understand what family means. We understand what it means to take care of each other and not depend on the government for handouts. Now, Gabrelle Giffords this year has voted for the bailouts, the cap and trade, the health care fiasco. I support none of these things. There is no defense. There is no justification. There is no excuse for voting for any of these ridiculous government programs which will take our freedoms. There is no excuse, and she's going to have to answer for these things. Now, again, I've never run for dog catcher before. I've never held public office. I am not a politician. I'm just a ticked-off American who's owned and run a business before, who's worked in the mortgage and finance sectors before, and who served in the military. I really can't give you a record of political victories or history to point at, or failure for that matter, because I don't have any. What I can offer you is integrity and honesty and character. And I can look all of you in the eye right now and tell you that if you send me to Washington, I'm going to do exactly what I tell you I'm going to do. Gabrelle Giffords cannot look you in the eye and tell you that honestly. And neither can most of the politicians in Washington right now. So I think that's what I provide that Gabrelle Giffords does not. Thank you. Who's my next question?
This is for Jesse Kelly.
Jesse. If you win the primary, briefly describe your strategy to win against Gabrelle Giffords.
Well, we're going to get more votes than she does. Is that 2 minutes? Gabrelle Giffords Giffords has never had her record challenged before in a direct and straight way. I saw Daniel Scarpinato here tonight. I understand he used to work for the Arizona Daily Star. He wrote about this. He already said in his article, Jesse Kelly has been willing to be more direct and articulate in his criticisms of Giffords than any of her opponents ever have. Her record is not consistent with this district. This is a 13,000 more Republican than Democrat district. It is a red district. It's one that could be ours. It's not a radical left district. She votes with Nancy Pelosi 90% of the time. We're going to get that message out. We've been very successful, very blessed. A lot of people worked very hard. We've raised $300,000 on this campaign. We're going to spend every dime of it informing the people that they have Nancy Pelosi Jr. representing them and that there is a clear alternative in this district. Hold her accountable, not personal attacks, but we will be honest and direct about her votes and what they will mean for this country and how we offer a good alternative, a conservative alternative, an alternative that believes in liberty, believes in the Constitution, and an alternative that does not apologize for the United States of America on foreign soil. We are the greatest country in the history of the world, and it's time we started electing people that said that. God bless America.
All right, Jesse.
I would like to ask this question, and Mr. Moderator, if we could,